Have you ever loved someone so much that the thought of them lying to you felt like a physical impossibility? I'm standing here at 2 in the morning in the cold cement dust of the O'Hare Hilton parking garage, just staring at her car. It's the same silver Lexus I bought her for our 5th anniversary, and it's parked right next to a black BMW I've never seen before. Through the tinted glass, I can just make out 2 silhouettes, their heads close together. Then, a low laugh echoes in the silence, a sound I know as well as my own heartbeat. It's her laugh, but it's not for me. My world isn't just cracking, it's shattering into a million pieces, right here on this greasy concrete floor. And I'm about to find out how deep the lies really go. If you genuinely enjoy our stories, please subscribe to the channel. Let us know where you're watching from and what time it is right now. It's always fascinating to see how far our stories travel. For a full year, she lied to my face, and I believed every single word. Her name is Olivia. For 10 years, she was the sun my world orbited around. Built a beautiful life in a quiet suburb of Chicago, the kind of life people write songs about. I was a software engineer and she was a high-powered marketing executive downtown. Life was good. It was stable. It was blissful, or so I thought. The change was subtle at first. Late nights at the office became more and more frequent. There were sudden business trips to New York that I was never invited on. Her phone, which used to be left casually on the kitchen counter, was now glued to her hand, always screened down. One evening, I came home early, hoping to surprise her. I found her on the back patio, phone pressed to her ear, whispering. The moment she saw me, her face went pale. "Oh, it's just my boss." "Mark," she said, her voice a little too high. "Shh. We're just finalizing the details for the quarterly review." She smiled, but it didn't reach her eyes. Mark? The name sounded familiar. He was her new department head, a slick, fast-talking guy I'd met once at a company party. He had that smug, untouchable air about him, the kind of guy who looks right through you. Then came the receipts. A charge for a dinner for 2 at a Michelin-star restaurant on a night she was supposedly working late all by herself. A hotel booking at a 5-star hotel for what she called a solo spa weekend to distress. I started connecting the dots, and each one felt like a tiny pinprick in my heart. The evidence was piling up. A mountain of deceit I just couldn't ignore anymore. When I'd ask her about her day, her answers became vague, and a coldness crept into her voice. She'd look at me, her husband, with this dismissive, almost pitying expression. The woman I loved was being replaced by a stranger, one who was manipulative and cruel. The final straw was a text message I saw flash on her phone screen as it lay on the nightstand. It was late, and she was asleep. The screen lit up with a notification from Mark. It just said, "Last night was incredible. Can't stop thinking about you." My breath caught in my throat. I couldn't move. I felt like all the air had been sucked out of the room. The betrayal was no longer a suspicion. It was a confirmed, brutal reality. I stumbled out of the bedroom and into the living room, collapsing onto the sofa. I didn't just cry, I completely broke. A deep, guttural sob escaped from a place inside me I didn't even know existed. The humiliation was a physical weight, crushing my chest. For hours, I just sat there in the dark, the city lights of Chicago twinkling outside, mocking my perfect, shattered life. In that darkness, something shifted. The pain didn't disappear, but it crystallized. It turned from grief into a cold, hard diamond of resolve. My tears dried up, and a chilling clarity took over. She thought she was smarter than me. She and her smug lover, Mark, thought they were untouchable. They were wrong. My breakdown was over. It was time to plan. My revenge wouldn't be a screaming match in the living room. It would be silent, strategic, and absolute. I was a software engineer. My mind was built for logic, for systems, for finding and exploiting weaknesses. Olivia and Mark were about to become my new project. For the next 6 months, I became a ghost in my own home. I played the part of the loving, slightly oblivious husband. I smiled, I made dinner, I listened to her fabricated stories about work. Every lie she told, every fake smile she gave me, I recorded it in my mind, and it just fueled the fire. I started gathering evidence with meticulous precision. I installed keylogger software on our home computer, which she often used for personal emails. I recovered deleted files, finding hotel confirmations, flight itineraries for 2, and emails between her and Mark, that were so explicit they made my stomach turn. I hired a private investigator, a retired cop with a bulldog face and weary eyes. He tailed them, providing me with a portfolio of photographs, them kissing in a diner, holding hands, walking along Lake Michigan, entering his downtown apartment on a Tuesday afternoon. The legal traps were next. I secretly consulted a shark of a divorce lawyer, a woman known for dismantling high-powered executives. We discovered that Olivia and Mark had been using company funds to finance their affair, booking extravagant trips under the guise of business travel and fudging expense reports. This wasn't just infidelity, it was corporate fraud. We also found out Olivia had been transferring money from our joint savings account into a private one, preparing to leave me with nothing. I documented every single transaction. The day of reckoning was a Wednesday. Olivia was giving a major presentation to her company's board of directors and key investors, a presentation she believed would lead to her promotion to vice president. Mark was sitting right in the front row, her biggest cheerleader. She was radiant, confident, untouchable. At the precise moment, she concluded her speech to a round of applause. An email landed in the inbox of every single person in that room, the CEO, the board members, the investors, and the entire HR department. The subject line was simple: a matter of corporate integrity. The email, sent from an anonymous encrypted address, contained everything: the investigators' photos, expense reports with the fraudulent charges highlighted, the explicit emails detailing their affair and their plans to defraud the company, the bank statements showing Olivia moving our joint assets. It was a digital bomb that detonated her life in an instant. I was miles away, sitting in a quiet coffee shop, watching it all unfold through a secure back door I'd built into her company's server. I saw the confused murmurs, the shocked faces turning to their phones, the CEO's face twisting from pride to pure fury. I watched as security guards quietly entered the boardroom and escorted both Olivia and a pale, trembling Mark out of the room. Her ruin was absolute. She was fired on the spot, publicly disgraced, and now facing a lawsuit from her own company for fraud. The divorce was swift. My lawyer presented the mountain of evidence, and the judge awarded me everything: the house, the majority of our assets, and a settlement that left her with next to nothing. Her friends abandoned her. Her family was ashamed. She lost her career, her reputation, and her wealth, all in one perfectly executed move. The last I heard, she was working a low-wage job in another state, trying to disappear. I never spoke to her again after that day. I sold the house in Chicago and moved to the West Coast, to a small town by the sea where no one knows my name. The victory doesn't feel loud or triumphant. It feels quiet, cold. Sometimes at night, I stand on my balcony and look out at the dark, empty ocean. And I remember that night in the O'Hare parking garage. I won. I destroyed her. But the ghost of her laugh still echoes in the silence.